Now, Speaker, sir, now the question is, what will be the scenario if we do not increase the seats proportionately by 50%? One of the arguments that has been proposed, advanced, is why don't you simply stick to 2011 census numbers, and based on 2011 census, without the 543 limit, increase the number of states. Now, if we were to increase the number of seats purely on the basis of 2011 census, by not providing...
He's not yielding.
By not providing a 50% increase, Chairman, sir, this will be the scenario. Tamil Nadu today has 39 seats. If delimitation were to be conducted purely on the basis of 2011 census, it will be 49 seats. What Narendra Modi government is giving to Tamil Nadu today is 59 seats, 10 seats more than what the opposition is arguing for. Kerala has 20. If only by 2011 census, if we had done the gerrymandering or the demarcation of the seats, Kerala will get only 3 seats in rice, 23 seats. Kerala today is getting 30 seats in rice. Karnataka today has 28. If only by the population, if we were to do for 2011 population, Karnataka will get 41. Karnataka is now getting 42. Andhra Pradesh is 25. If only by 2011 you do, it would be 33. Today, Andhra Pradesh is getting 37. Whichever way you look at it, if you look at it from the way of 27 census, if you look at it from the way of 2011 census, if you look at it by 543 as redistribution, or by taking away all of these things and only basing it on population, none of these permutations and combination is going to give the southern states as best a deal as what Narendra Modi government has now given by this 50% proportionate increase in the population, in the seats formula. Now, Speaker, sir, now this is the second question. Chidambaram Saab yesterday has put a long article, a tweet, and said that the proportionate voice of the South Indian states will get diluted if there is a 50% rise in the number of seats. My question is, today, the share of the South Indian states in the overall scheme is 23.7%. It will continue to be 23.7%. How will the voice of the South get diluted? Second, the majority margin, the halfway mark today is at 272. If there is going to be a 50% increase in the total number of seats, naturally the halfway mark also will jump by 50%. So this whole argument that the southern states is going to lose because of the proportionate 50% increase, I will say, is not only a vacuous argument, it is an illogical argument, it is not only an unconstitutional argument, but most importantly, Speaker, sir, this is a mischievous argument that comes from creating anarchy in this country by misleading the people. Speaker, sir, now I would want to take a few minutes of the time allotted to me to examine the alternatives that the Congress party and the opposition has proposed. Now, there are broadly 3 alternatives that the Congress has proposed. The first alternative is, don't increase the 543 number of seats. Let the delimitation exercise or the Nari Shakti Adhiniyam come into existence, come into force on the 543 seats. I have already explained that one, it is constitutionally impermissible because Article 81, 82 demands the value of one vote, one value. Second, if we were to redistribute 543 seats based on 2027 census or 2011 census, the proportion of the seats that the southern states today have is going to further get reduced. Therefore, this first argument, the argument of postponing of delimitation exercise or the argument to freeze the number of seats as per 1971 absolutely holds no constitutional value and therefore must be rejected. Second, the argument that the opposition is making, the Chief Minister of Telangana has made, is to propose a very interesting hybrid model of linking the population of the state along with the GSDP, the state's per capita contribution and the state's gross development of the state. Now this argument, I don't know, Speaker Sir, who has advised the Chief Minister of Telangana. Either I can only say that they don't wish him well, because this proposal is laughable at the best and impractical at the worst. Let me explain why. First, if you will say that the vote of a common citizen in Telangana has more value than the vote of a common voter in Bihar, then you are defeating the constitutional principle of one value, one vote. आप किसके आधार पर देश में ये डिलिमिटेशन और एक्सरसाइज करना चाहते हैं? जो अमीर है क्या उनके लिए ज्यादा वोट होगा? जो गरीब है क्या उनका वोट नहीं है, उसके लिए वैल्यू नहीं है? ये किस प्रकार के आर्गुमेंट है? अध्यक्ष जी, if you will take this argument further forward, Mukesh Ambani will have 1 lakh vote and somebody like us will have only 1 vote. Is this the kind of logic that the Congress wants to build? Speaker Sir, this argument by this alternative by Telangana Chief Minister of linking delimitation and number of seats to the GSDP of the state is the most foolish argument anybody can prosper. This is unconstitutional. This defeats the value of one man, one vote, one value that the Constitution promises. Second, Speaker Sir, there is another very important dimension to this. GSD देश के GDP हो या प्रदेश के GDP हो, ये 10 साल 15 साल वो stagnant नहीं रहता है. It is not going to remain constant. Every 6 months GDP can go up, GDP can come down. 1 year GDP will be high, another year GDP will be low. Now suppose you are going to link delimitation and number of seats with the GSDP of a state. Will Telangana's and other states' number of seats keep getting fluctuated? Today, this year was a good monsoon, GDP was good, so Telangana will have 2 extra seats. Next year, Tamil Nadu had bad rainfall, therefore GDP fell down, so Tamil Nadu will lose 2 seats. Is this the argument? These are the kind of laughable alternatives that the Congress party is proposing, and on the basis of this they are misleading the people of this country. Now the second alternative that they have proposed, the third alternative. The first is not do anything. The second is, which they are experts at. क्योंकि जब आप कांग्रेस पार्टी के पॉलिटिक्स को देखते आते हैं, they are the practitioners of politics of postponement. हर चीज जो देश के सामने बड़ा मुद्दा आता है, आ जाता है, when they cannot address it, what do? Postpone कर दो उसको. That is their first reaction. Their first proposal is postpone it, कुछ मत करो, इसको freeze करो, which is unconstitutional. Second, the Telangana CM's proposal linking GSDP to number of seats, which again, like I demonstrated, Speaker Sir, is the most ludicrous argument. Third argument that they have given, that I read, Honorable member, learned friend Shashi Tharoor has made. He has said that there should be a digressive proportionality model as per the European Union Parliament. Now, while this, true to Shashi ji's nature, sounds very sophisticated, actually does not make sense in the Indian context. Because the moment you are going to introduce this principle of digressive proportionality, it once again violates the principle of one man, one vote, one value. Second, larger states in the south of India, like Tamil Nadu, like Karnataka, which are today the 6th most populous state, 8th most populous state in the country, are going to again get a raw deal because of this digressive proportionality argument. Therefore, my submission, Speaker Sir, other than this 50% equal proportionate increase to all states alternative that Narendra Modi ji has proposed, there is no alternative that serves everybody, that is gain for everybody and no loss for everybody. Therefore, the country as a whole, and especially the opposition, must welcome this with all responsibility. Speaker Sir, the other argument that has come in criticism of this 800 plus seat increase is that if you increase this number of seats of the Lok Sabha to 800 plus seats, then it will become an unwieldy Lok Sabha. That the Lok Sabha will be so big that you will not have healthy debates, healthy discussions. ये बहुत बड़ा ये unwieldy हो जाएगा. This is the argument that Manish Tiwari ji has advanced. Now I want to ask myself, Speaker sir, the productivity or the quality of outcome of a Lok Sabha or the body like this depends not just on the number of people, but on the quality of the debates that take place, the number of sittings that we do. In 1952, when for the first time the first parliament after the general election convened, Lok Sabha Speaker sir would sit on an average of 135 days in a year. In the last few years, the average sittings of Lok Sabha has gradually come down. And last term it has come only to 55 days. Why? Because of the politics of disturbance and disruption that the opposition is doing. इसलिए the productivity कम हो रहा है. My request to you, Speaker sir, this is something that you can do in your own remit as the Honorable Speaker. Speaker sir, I'll conclude in 5 minutes, completing just 2 important points. Speaker sir, when we have now increased the size of the Lok Sabha to 850,